And the Mississippi Seawolves. We understand that there are some technical difficulties um, with the camera. We are working on it right now. It's a computer issue, so it's taking a little longer than we were hoping for. But we do hope to have it resolved by game time. If not, we're just gonna pretend like it's a rave. So.
We got lost. Tonight, Zydeco will start at 7 o'clock when the game starts. And at 12 p.m. on Monday, October 28th. So if you don't have a chance to win tonight, you will have a chance to win the weekend, and even on one day, to win the your favorite model and Zydeco. Fans were halfway through the most plenty of our fans. As we go the winner will be drawn in the middle of tonight's period, so 55. And get your raffle ticket.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Zydeco pregame show brought to you by Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Andy Petzinger here, getting you prepped and ready for the very first game of a home-and-home series between your Baton Rouge Zydeco and the Mississippi Seawolves. From a standings perspective, it was not the start to the season that the Zydeco had hoped for. They entered gameplay tonight with a 1-1-0-1 record, which is good for third in the Continental Conference. However, Coach Everett is not blind to the fact that they certainly left some points on the table. Last Friday night saw the Zydeco struggle against the Seawolves after they had put up a 10 spot the night previously. Everett spoke at the coaches show on Wednesday about how it's difficult to prepare yourself for a game after you've beaten them as badly as you did the night before. It's not to give the Zydeco any excuses or anything like that, because Everett did also talk about how he was unhappy with the puck management. There needed to be much better net front presence in the offensive zone than was shown. So eventually, the Zydeco ended up dropping that game in regulation by a score of 3-2. It was a game in which they did dominate offensively. However, they just couldn't get through Greg Hussey, who had a much better performance on Friday night than he did on Thursday. On Sunday, Sunday's game against the Moccasins, that saw the Zydeco return to the form that they showed on opening night for the first 40 minutes. After those two periods, it was a 4-2 lead heading into the third. And within 5 minutes of the start of the third period, not only would Monroe tie the game, but they would overtake the lead. Everett called that a valuable learning lesson, that he's happy that the Zydeco were able to that they were able to learn early on in the season rather than learning that kind of a thing too late. Zydeco did come out for the third period, quote, sleep at the wheel, as Everett had mentioned it, and it ended up costing them 3 goals. This year's version of the Zydeco, however, show that they do not back away from a challenge. They came out guns blazing and peppered goaltender Sean Kuhn after that tough start to the period. And Sean Kuhn had really found his form after a shaky first period. In the dying minutes of the third, finally the Zydeco were able to tie the game and forced overtime thanks to a power play goal by Elijah Wilson. So even though the Zydeco probably could / should have won that game in regulation, they were at least able to salvage 1 point in the standings, rather than just dropping it in regulation like they had on Friday against the Seawolves. At the end of the day, the Zydeco should probably be 3-0 right now with 9 points. That would have seen them pretty cushioned in the Continental Division at second place behind Athens, who enters tonight with 11 points as we speak. So this is a very young team that the Zydeco have right now, and they're going to learn those lessons and learn them quickly. Last year it took a while for that kind of thing to set in for this team. This year, they know they need to be better than that. I had a chance to catch up with a couple of guys before the game. Narek Alexanian said the guys are prepared tonight. We still have the same mentality. Anybody can beat anyone in this league. The first 5 minutes of the game is going to dictate how the rest of the game plays out. So we'll keep an eye out for that today. We had mentioned that on Friday of last week, that the first 5 minutes of the game were really going to be pretty telling. Whether or not Mississippi was going to lay down and take another beating, or if they were going to be upset and come right back, which that's exactly what they did. Bailey Stevens said, we just got to play our game. We got to stick to our systems, and we'll get the job done. And that's exactly what they did on Thursday night, which is what got them that victory. So we'll see what kind of version of the Zydeco we'll be getting tonight. We're going to head to a quick commercial break and then do a quick preview of what we're looking at for tonight's game. We will be back right after these messages.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center. Once again, we do apologize for the issue that we are having with the stream, the color on the stream. I know it's a little bit off. We're hoping to get it. We're hoping to get it fixed. We're having a little trouble with the computer system that's at the arena, so it's a little bit of a tougher fix than it normally would be. So we are working on it as we speak, but we figured a little bit of an off-color stream is better than no stream at all. So we are working on it, but like I said, for right now, we're just going to pretend like we're at a rave. Give me your best rave songs in the group chat, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's take a look at tonight's matchup versus the Seawolves. This is the third of 13 games between these two teams. We're obviously going to go to Mississippi tomorrow and play them again for their home opener, which will also be Cancer Awareness Night for them as well. We're going to have our own Cancer Awareness Night tonight at the Raising Cane's River Center, so stick around for that. But third of 13 games between these two teams. It's already been an extremely feisty start to the season with both of these clubs. We saw a fight with Rio Namiki and Matt Stoya, but when you play a team this early on in the season, you're both trying to get off to a good start. You're both trying to do well and have a good head start in the standings. You're going to build a lot of hatred for that other team. You're going to build a lot of passion wanting to beat that other team and beat them as handedly as humanly possible. So I'm going to say that I'm going to go on a limb and think that there's going to be a lot of extracurricular stuff again tonight, and it's going to continue on throughout the rest of the weekend. Tonight will be the Zydeco debut for number 9, Garrig Lindberg. He just spent the last couple weeks at the Macon Mayhem camp and played a game or two for them, but he has now joined the Zydeco. He had spent last year playing with the Watertown Wolves and should be a huge help for the Zydeco defense, which, has had a hot and cold start to the season. You take a look at game number 1 where pretty much everything went right. We heard Coach Everett at the coaches show say, we kind of want to throw that out the window. That was the best and worst thing that could have happened to us. So we're just kind of act like it, like it almost didn't happen, to be quite honest with you. So, but the defense did show what they're able to do. They showed what their potential is, and they're looking to get back to that kind of thing. A huge emphasis in practice this week was systems work and making sure that we're taking care of our defensive zone first before trying to get any offensive opportunities. And we know our defense, they do like to jump into the play, which is great, but we got to make sure we're taking care of our net first. So I asked Everett, what he's expecting about out of Garrig, and he said really just buying into the process. Right, just like anybody else that's on our team, we play our best when we are playing as a team. And this group really is a cohesive unit, and you could tell that these guys genuinely like each other. I mean, there are hockey teams that I've been on in the past, and a lot of these players have been on in the past, where you're around those guys because you need to be, not because you want to be. These guys want to be with each other. They want to fight for each other. So, it's a really good group, a really young group, like I said, but they've got the right mindset. Now, Mississippi has also added a couple different players since they were in town last week. Bryce Derscherl, he's going to be wearing number 29. He played in Finland last year. He joins the squad, as well as 2 goaltenders, 6'4" Trevor Roy. I asked if it was Wah. It's not. I'm as upset as everybody else. Don't get me started that it's not Wah. But 6'4" Trevor Roy, who played for UMass Boston NCAA D3 last year, he's actually going to be getting the start tonight. Very first start for him. In a Mississippi uniform, and Samuel Best, who was with the Minnesota Squatch last season with the USPHL Premier League. So let's take a quick look at our 3 keys to the game for tonight. Number 1 is going to end up being take care of your end first. The best offense that you could put forth is a good defense. You have to make sure that you are taking care of your own zone before you can really do anything else. That's going to be key number 1. Key number 2 is going to be net front presence. Take the eyes away from the goaltender. That's where we really saw a lot of success for the Zydeco in opening night, was the fact that they were able to take the eyes away from Greg Hussey and from Ishida as well, who came in relief. They took the eyes away from both goaltenders and made life difficult, not just for the goaltenders, but made life confusing for the defensemen as well. Because if you've got a guy driving to the net, there's a miscommunication that can end up happening with those two on who they're going to take. So it's going to leave space for somebody out there, and that's exactly what you want to see. Is you want to see space. Number 3 is going to be special teams. You want to stay hot if you're the Zydeco. Both the power play and the penalty kill have been absolutely brilliant to start out the season. Don't allow it to cool off, right? And it's almost one of those. I asked Everett at the coaches show, I asked what is making the power play so successful, and he said, I honestly don't know, but I'm not mad about it, right? They're working hard. They're getting shots on net. They're moving the puck quickly. On the penalty kill, they're sacrificing the body. Rio Namiki is eating pucks left and right on D. But, I mean, everybody is sacrificing the body and making it work well. So, special teams have to stay hot as far as power play and penalty kill, and you want to make sure that you really kind of hammer that home against the Seawolves. As we've seen, they do take quite a bit of penalties, especially Matt Stoya. He had quite a bit himself to start out the season. So it is Cancer Awareness Night at the Raising Cane's River Center tonight. Make sure to follow along with our opening ceremonies as we do honor those who have fought, are currently fighting, and those that we have lost to cancer. That will do it for the Zydeco pregame show. Once again, it's brought to you by Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Stick around as puck drop is just around the corner. Let's go, Zydeco.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great ticket raffle tonight. Raffle drawing for a chance to win a game of emergency from Zydeco's newest member, number 9, Garrett Lindbergh. Make your way to the River Road entrance and purchase your raffle ticket before the start of the third period. When the raffle closes, the winner will be drawn in the middle of the next period. Good luck here. Fans of Peter's and family, friendly environment. So we remind all fans that children are in attendance. So we ask you to please conduct yourself accordingly. We also ask for please keep your standard and respectfulness. Please beware. Your kids are your responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, some delicious snacks tonight for you in sections. We got specialty concession items in the night behind section 233. Tonight only get low country kebabs with sausage, shrimp, corn, onions, peppers. That's like low country kebabs behind section 233.
The Baton Rouge Zydeco are back on home ice and are looking to return to their winning ways as the Mississippi Seawolves come to town for the second week in a row. Hello again, everybody. Andy Petzinger here atop the Raising Cane's River Center, right above Section 213. Happy to bring you along on this broadcast. The opening week of the Zydeco season gave us all the feelings: joy, excitement, disappointment, frustration. But at the end of the day, all Zydeco fans should have one constant emotion, one consistent emotion, and that's hope. This team showed in each game last week that they do not back down from a challenge, and they will not quit on a game, no matter the score. The Zydeco come into tonight's game with a 1-1-0-1 record. Good for 4 points and tied for third in the Continental Division. Coach Thompson talked on the coaches show on Wednesday, and talked about how he feels like we left some points on the table and learned a valuable lesson early on in the season. Let's listen to that quote real quick.
So we talked about it before the game. A 10-1 win is, like I said earlier, one of the best and worst things that can happen to us, right? You got to understand every team in this league can win. There's a lot of good parity here. There's not this, 10-1 one night like we just saw, 3-2 the next. Any team can win on any given night in this league. It's crazy things happen throughout the night of these things. So teams come together sometimes after those types of wins or losses because, it's one of those things where you get kicked in the face like that. You want to definitely prove yourself the next night, and they responded well. With us, it's one of those things where when you have one of those victories, it's really hard to come out the next day and take the opponent the same way you did the night before. So we learned a lesson, very valuable lesson early on. We left some points on the boards that we definitely are going to hopefully not regret later on in the season. But, as this marathon progresses, you're going to learn about ourselves throughout the whole thing. So it's one of those things where we'll take that early on. Early lesson now in October is good to teach us later and when we need it later in the season.
We thank Coach Everett for joining us on Wednesday for the coaches show. But yeah, he's right. I mean, they definitely left some points on the table, and I mentioned it in the pregame. This by all standards, the way that the Zydeco play, they should have a 3-0 record right now. But that is not how the game of hockey works. You got to put forth a constant 60-minute effort, and the Zydeco did not do that on Friday and on Saturday, and because of it, they lost out on some valuable points. So last week, the Zydeco split with the Seawolves, taking Game 1 by way of route 10-1 and losing Game 2 3-2. They are hoping to get back to what made them successful in that first game against the Seawolves, and for a good portion of the Monroe game. And one of the main points there is net run presence. The Zydeco generated a bunch of chances both Thursday and Sunday just by going hard to the net, taking away the goaltender's eyes, and really causing a lot of confusion with the defense. doing that is going to do one of two things. Number one, the puck handler is going to have a whole lot of time and a whole lot of space in a high danger area because the defense is too concerned about the guy who's driving towards the goal. Or number two, it's going to allow that guy driving to the net to be wide open because the defensemen are too concerned with the puck handling. So you kind of get the best of both worlds there. No matter what, you're giving yourself an opportunity for a good scoring chance. Now, as far as the defense is concerned, Everett Thompson wants a little bit better puck management in their own end, as well as not, quote, falling asleep at the wheel. There are a couple of instances last week, most notably for the first 5 minutes of the third period versus Monroe, where the Zydeco really were a little flat. They found themselves giving up some high-quality scoring chances. So they're hoping to make some better decisions with the puck in their own defensive zone tonight to really help them get out of the zone with some ease and not give up more chances than they should be. The Zydeco are definitely chopping at the bit to get back into the win column. We're getting ready to drop the puck here in just a moment. We've got our pregame ceremonies for Cancer Awareness Night. It's the first of a home-and-home between the Seawolves and the Zydeco coming up shortly.
Let's try going forward. Number 34, Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, it's Cancer Awareness Night. And the Zydeco and Preston Environmental Solutions are working together in support of those currently battling cancer and to remember those that we have lost. We would like to first show our support to those who have not only fought this disease, but are survivors. Catherine Preston, COO of Preston Environmental, is a cancer survivor of 8 years. Our very own Bailey Stevens is a cancer survivor and has been cancer-free for 20 years. Let's hear it for all the cancer battlers and survivors in attendance tonight, fans. As this past June, Catherine and her family lost Michael Boudreau. Michael served in the U.S. Air Force for 20 years and afterwards had a 20-year-long cancer, or career that is, as a respiratory therapist. Please join us in a moment of silence as we honor Michael Boudreau and all of those currently battling cancer and to those we've lost. Thank you. Your Baton Rouge Zydeco would ask you to please remain standing and please remove your caps for the national anthem being performed tonight by Mr. Denver Valor. Oh, say, can you see my dancing that was so proud of me? And the time lost me, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the heavens over and was we was were so kind to me. And was oh, say, God, stars spangled banner.
Phenomenal job done there. Phenomenal job done there by Denver on our national anthem, and what a job done by Joel on our ceremonies for Cancer Awareness Night. tonight. Let's get to your starting lineups and goaltenders, brought to you by Tremonti's for the Mississippi Seawolves. Starting at defense is going to be number 23, Don Carter, and number 55, Pierre-Louis Akeem, Loic Akeem Pierre-Louis, pardon me. And then up front, it's going to be Blake Keller, Noah Hippolyte-Smith, and Dalton Anderson. In between the pipes is going to be number 30, Trevor Roy, in his very first FPHL start from Brighton, Michigan. He's 6'4" and 180 pounds, so you can't miss him in between the pipes there. He will be getting the start for Mississippi. Now for Baton Rouge on defense, Rio Namiki will be paired up with Brody Thornton on the back end. Up front is going to be Jake Cox, Scott Sherrock, and Elias Thompson. And in between the pipes is going to be Brendan Colgan, number 1. He is 0-1 on the season with a .235 goals against and a .909 save percentage. He is not a small guy either in the net. He's 6'3", 205. As we get ready for the drop of the puck. Once again, folks, we do apologize for the inconvenience of the off colors that you're getting right now. Like I said, we are working on a solution. We are trying to figure it out, but we wanted to make sure we got you at least some sort of a stream. So I know it's not the greatest thing in the world, but you know we're gonna battle. We're gonna battle through it, just like these guys on the ice. And there's your opening face-off, brought to you by Sullivan Steakhouse, and we are off and running here at the River Center. Brody Thornton controls for the Zydeco. He'll chip this one in deep. After it, there is Don Carter Jr. He'll come up the wall, and it gets tipped out to center ice. Thrown right back into the Seawolves zone. They were short of center when they did so. So we will get our first whistle and icing call with 19:30 to go in period 1. We are auctioning off a jersey tonight. There's a QR code on your screen. If you want to go ahead and scan that, you can go ahead and get a chance to win that autographed jersey. Closing bid, I believe, is going to end up being for that jersey is going to be on Monday, if I remember correctly. As we get back to the play, Blake Keller has it. Or pardon me, that's 86, Chuck Costello. Iha will spin it up the wall. That one's intercepted by Wilson, who dumps it back into Mississippi territory. It's wrapped along the wall, chipped up to the tops of the circle, and a wrist shot from Wilson sails wide. Now Kevin Sabad out to the point. There's a long wrist shot from newcomer Garrett Glimberg. That one didn't make it all the way through. Now Haggerty pinned up along the wall in the corner there. A battle for a 2-on-2. There's no movement. The referee's coming over, telling him to move. Now we got two other guys coming in, 3-on-3. Now a long shot from Lindbergh sails wide. Bounces out to the far side. Costello's there. He will just flip this one into the Zydeco zone and get a line change. Sent up the wall, it's Wilson. He's got a man on the other side. Driving down there, that's Narek Alexanian. He's wearing 21 today instead of 71. Alexanian will move this one over for Lindbergh. His wrist shot tipped. Oh, and a good save there by Roy. That was a redirect by Jackson Bond right at the side of the net there. He got his stick in the way, got the redirect, and Trevor Roy, his first stop was a real good one. Off the draw, Thornton has control of it. Goes D to D, looking out in front. Oh, and a good stop by Roy and a backhander from Alexanian. The blocker hand of Roy was able to punch that aside. Alexanian battles in the corner there with Bryce Dershel. Comes Alexanian in behind the net. He's got Bond in front, couldn't get it to him. Now looking back door, as pinching in was Tyler Larwood. And out to center ice, it's Don Carter Jr. coming with a head of steam. He walks in and wires one. That one goes up off the glass. Taken by Stoya. He'll drop it off for Don Carter Jr. who's got it in the corner. Try to throw that one into the slot, hoping to get a bounce off of anything. But it went right through the crease. He has it again in the corner. It's the first stop of the game from Brendan Colgan, as Brendan Hussey let that one rip. And it's cleared out to center ice by the Zydeco. Scott Chirac in the neutral zone. Tried to get that one over to Gordon, but it rolled off his stick. So the Zydeco have to regroup. Now Kuznetsov looking to move that up to Chirac. That ran into a couple legs. And the Seawolves will bounce this one on net. Carefully knocked aside by Colgan. And now Scott Chirac will try to start a rush. He drops it off for Catola, who decides, let's actually calm things down a little bit and set up a breakout. Catola had some pressure on him, had to move that puck quickly, and it gets thrown up off the glass and out to center ice. It's a race for the puck. Gordon's the first one there on the backhand. That one was stopped right off the toe of Trevor Roy. Now Gordon turns around, able to move this to Chirac on the near side. Scott Chirac with it. Holding and trying to wrap this one down low. Nobody home but Don Carter Jr. And he'll move this one along. Gets it right back, but with stick checked as he got to the neutral zone. Here's Sabat coming in over the line, shooting one. Oh, and Trevor Roy at the top of the crease, able to pin the elbow to his waist, and did not allow that puck to slip through. Great stop by Trevor Roy. Good start here for both squads. Really getting a couple of chances. Zydeco getting the better scoring chances overall. As we're only about 4.5 minutes into this hockey game. Here's the line that's been clicking so well for the Zydeco. It's the Zabad, Haggerty, and Elijah Wilson line. As Zabad has it in behind the net. Wilson tried a bad angle shot that goes off the side of the goal. And Iha tries to go off the glass. Takes a strange bounce off the partition, but does eventually get to the neutral zone, where the Zydeco have it. Cross ice pass deflected off of a couple sticks and goes into the Mississippi zone. Icing waved off. Haggerty has it there, drops it down low. That was intended for Wilson, but the pass was at his feet. He really couldn't do much with it. Now on the far side, chipping in was Lindbergh. Catola now takes over to his own blue line. We'll go cross ice for Alex Sonyan coming in over the line. Trying to stutter step move to get around his man of Dershirel. But Dershirel stayed right with him. Clearing attempt goes to Catola at the point. His long wrist shot. That was an easy stop there from Roy as nobody in front of the net. Alex Sonyan got tied up in behind. Brody Thornton trying to go up for Jackson Bond, but it was just ahead of him. Bounces all the way back in the Mississippi zone. Icing waved off, and it comes out front for Bond. Oh, he let that one fly, and it just missed the near corner and goes up and out of play. Oh, a good opportunity there for the Zydeco, who kind of caught Mississippi sleeping. They had 3 guys below the goal line, couldn't cash in. We are scoreless here at the Raising Cane's River Center.
So come on, show me what you got. You dancing with the juggernaut. I'd have had to fight for every last damn thing I got. Don't care about your feelings or if you understand me. All these things that I do to feed my family. So who in the hell you think you're playing with now? You don't around and let the wolf out. And I'll be prowling while you sleep. You were playing for fun, I'm playing to eat.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Zydeco fans, turn your Zydeco game experience into a group event contact Lucy at lucy@brzydeco.com or call 225-515-PUCK for more information on group tickets. We are back at the River Center. Thornton has the puck, a long wrist shot. That one is gobbled up by Trevor Roy. Once again, we apologize for the colorization on your screens. We are working on an issue, or we are working on a fix right now. We hope to get it figured out as the game progresses, but for right now, we are working with what we got. We wanted to give you something rather than nothing. Here's the Seawolves. Wrist shot. That one was sticked aside by Colgan. Good job on the back check there by Jake Cox, as that rebound came into a pretty dangerous area, but Cox is there to sweep away the garbage. Now it's taken by Sharrock. He'll kick this one up ahead. That's Kuznetsov. He drops it off, but right onto the stick of Curtis Hansen, who gets it out to the neutral zone. Good forecheck there from the Zydeco. Forced the defense to make a bad pass, and now it's onto the stick of Scott Sharrock. He comes over the line, lets one go, goes up off the glass and behind. Picked up by Hansen for the Seawolves. He'll throw across ice. He'll get a line change, and Nick Catola will get things set up for the Zydeco. Elijah Wilson goes cross ice for Sabad. Back to Wilson. He gets around his check and gets it down deep. Haggerty is pinned up along the boards there. Coming in to help out is Wilson. It's 2-on-2 with him, Don Carter Jr., Dalton Anderson. Now finally pops free. Catola goes D-to-D, walking the line. There's a shot from Lindbergh. Rebound! Oh! What a second stop that was by Roy on the left pad. Kevin Sabad had a great chance on the doorstep, and Roy with the left pad flashed it out and robbed him. Icing called on the Seawolves. Best chance of the night for the Zydeco so far. Faceoff will come down to the Seawolves zone. Going to be to the left of Trevor Roy. Played out at UMass Boston, the D3 team out there for his college, as Jackson Bond throws this one out to the point. Lindbergh, pump fake, now gets one towards the net. It bounces around in the slot. Bounces free to the near side. Taken now by Blake Keller for the Seawolves. They'll get out to center ice. Don Carter Jr. will backhand this one in deep, and he takes a good hard hit from Larwood. Carter Jr. has it again in the corner. Catola on him and sent out to the neutral zone by Alexanian. Costello enters the Zydeco zone, walks to the slot, gets a shot towards the goal, but a good stick sent that one way up and out of play with 11:43 left to go in the first. Zydeco are 1-1, 0-1 to start out the season. They've got 4 points. Seawolves are 1-1 for 3 points. As here comes in over the line, Brody Thornton walking and wiring one, but that one caught the glass as well. Sharrock keeps it in. Tried to throw that one up ahead, but it got intercepted by Wong, who lost an edge. Thornton again. This one he tried the blocker side, but a good stop made there by Roy. Thrown up the wall, hits the partition, comes free. There's going to be a penalty on the Seawolves. Colgan to the bench, extra tacker out for the Zydeco. Cox in behind, looking out in front. Bounced off of a couple legs, finds its way onto the stick of Audette. And we will get our first power play of the game for the Zydeco. That's going to be your Badgers heating and air power play. Is going and taking a seat is going to be Andrew Stacy. So Trevor Roy, goaltender for the Seawolves, will get his first look at some power play action for the Baton Rouge Zydeco. That power play clicking real good right now. sitting at 30%. Now they're moving it down low, trying to get a bad angle shot. That one goes off the side of the net. Bounces up in the air, picked up by Zabad. Out to Katola for Kevin Zabad. Tried to go cross ice for Kuznetsov, who was sneaking in on the weak side. But that pass was read and sent all the way down to Brendan Colgan. 30.8% right now for the Zydeco on the power play. The penalty kill for the Seawolves at 77.8%. All of that obviously against the Zydeco last week, as this one gets sent all the way down again by the Seawolves. 10.5 left to go in the period. 1:07 left to go on the power play for the Zydeco as Katola will start the rush. We start getting new members out on the ice for the Zydeco. Sharrock, he's got Larwood streaking in that. Go get backdoor for Bond, but it went right underneath his stick. And the Seawolves will send it right back again. Sharrock, Bond, Larwood out there along with Gordon and Katola. Katola looks to the near side. Jackson Bond will look up ahead for Sharrock. That pass was at his feet. Or excuse me, that's Larwood. And we get a whistle stopping play. So we're going to go to another commercial break. 9:44 left to go in the period. 34 left to go in the power play for the Zydeco.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center, where we are scoreless. Halfway through the first period. Keep up with everything Zydeco by following and liking the Zydeco on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You can find them all at brzydeco.com. About half a minute left to go on this Zydeco power play. Larwood has it. He'll come near side here for Jackson Bond over the line. Holding and shooting one. Try to get Ehad down. He did, but shot it right off the skate blade. Is now coming out to center as Costello. Good job by Jackson Bond on the back check to cut him off. And all Costello could do was just send it down the length of the ice. Now Matthew Gordon with a head of steam. Hold on to the puck. Drives the goal, and a great stop made by Roy with the right pad. He's stuck. They score! Trevor Roy was run into. He couldn't get back to his feet. The long shot from the point. It was a wide open net for the Zydeco. And they'll get another power play goal. 1-0. That's going to be Brody Thornton with his second of the year. And Trevor Roy right now, he's down on one knee. He had an issue with his pad. I thought maybe his skate blade had come out. I'm not entirely sure what had happened there, but he was stuck on that near post and really wasn't moving. He thought there might be a whistle for some reason, but it was a wide open net for the Zydeco, and they take a 1-0 lead. All right, so that is going to be Thornton's goal. Is leading the rush back the other way. It's Alexanian who was stopped at the blue line. Now in his own zone, Bryce Dershrow Gets a little bit of help from his D partner and thrown all the way up to the far blue line. Hussey has it. Looking up ahead for Curtis Hansen, who really couldn't get that puck to settle down. Comes back to Dershowitz at the point. His long shot. Good job selling out. Knocking that one down. That's Scott Chirac, I believe. And no, that's Kuznetsov, number 10. Now Cox in behind the net. They battle for it there. Hussey. Oh, wide open. Stoya, big save made by Colgan. Oh, a breakdown defensively for the Zydeco. Stoya wide open right in between the dashes. Now a backdoor feed for Hussey. That one rolled off his stick and the Zydeco clear. Great stop there by Brendan Colgan. His biggest test of the game by far. Picked up in their own end. It's Andrew Stacy flipping this one through the neutral zone. Sabad takes that one away. He'll lead the rush. Sabad the backhander. Oh, that one goes off the knob of the stick of Trevor Roy. Now out to the point. A redirect goes into the corner. Thornton trying to make his way towards the slot, but lost an edge. And now picked up by the Seawolves. It's Blake Keller. Dumped into the Zydeco zone. Colgan will throw it up the wall right to Dalton Anderson. Now two Zydeco collide. Anderson has shot. That one was stopped out to the point. There's a long slap shot. That one got dulled down on its way to Colgan, who gets a big paw on it and will settle things down. So a couple of interesting moments in the defensive zone for the Zydeco. That lead to some scoring chances for the Seawolves, but they've survived thus far. Everett had talked about it all week long. He wants to be better in the defensive zone, better decision making. Here's Keller with it. Bounces free. There's a wrist shot right from the top of the circles, gobbled up. Brendan Colgan gave up no rebound. As the Seawolves are now starting to get a push, and Everett Thompson doesn't like the line he's got out there, so he'll switch him up. They'll get Alexanian, Sabat, and Kuznetsov out there, kind of a mesh of a line. Now this one's wrapped around by Lindbergh. Kuznetsov couldn't get it past his man Carter at the point. Now Lindbergh pokes it free for Sabat, and it's backhanded all the way through the neutral zone and down into Mississippi territory. Now picked up in his own end. Garrett Lindbergh looking to Kuznetsov. He was able to chip this one into the Mississippi zone. Don Carter Jr. wraps it up the wall. Picked up there by Alexanian, though. He holds, trying to look in front. Nobody home for the Zydeco. And picked up by Blake Keller, who will chip and get off the ice for a change. Big hit in the corner. Kevin Sabat laid a good lick on Philip Wong, who went flying to the ice. Now Katola in the offensive zone, looking in front for Bonds. Gives past him out to the point. Cox gets a wrist shot through, deflects off of a leg to the corner. Now Larwood dropping off for Lindbergh. He took a hit but made the play. Gets down low. Cox was pushed off the puck by Iha. And now behind his own net, Andrew Stacy needed to get down to one knee to make that play, but he did. And it ends up getting out to the neutral zone. Pops free for Jackson Bond here. He tries to look to Cox in the middle, but it was too far ahead of him. Larwood now just lets one go. That's gloved down and held by Trevor Roy. We've got 5:27 left to play in the period. Zydeco lead at 1-0. It's a strange goal from Brody Thornton. The goaltender, Trevor Roy, was stuck on his post. Not sure if he thought that he still had the puck or if he had an equipment issue. Either way, the referee wasn't allowing him a whistle, and it was a wide open net for Brody Thornton. His second of the year. The Zydeco, since then, have spent a majority of the time in their defensive zone, so looking to kind of push back here against the Seawolves. Now Stoya has that one bounce off his stick, but goes right to Brendan Hussey. His wrist shot Bounces up into the air, picked up by Haggerty. He tries to come up the wall with it, and finally does force it out to the neutral zone. That's where Stoya has it. He'll throw it up ahead, knocked out of midair by Michael Haskins. Or excuse me, that's Curtis Hansen. Long pass through the neutral zone, finds Gordon. Gets pushed off the puck there by Hussey, so he decides I'll just dump this one in and go for a line change. Stoya trying to come through the neutral zone, finds its way onto the stick of Hansen. Now carrying on is Anderson. Into the Zydeco zone, he throws it towards the goal, paddle down there for Colgan. And now Bond has some trouble trying to get this one out of the zone. Picked up by Keller, looking in front. Stoya, big save there by Colgan. Rebound went to the side, cleared out to the point by Bond, still not out. Or excuse me, that's Chirac. Now out to the point. Walking the line, it's Stacy. Trying to throw it towards the goal, getting in the lane there, and blocking it was Alexanian. Now Chirac finally does chip this one out to center ice and all the way down. Icing waved off. So the Zydeco will be able to get a line change. Keller here has some trouble. He's got Cox on him. Taken by Larwood. Shooting one, stopped by Roy. Rebound, Larwood trying to go through the legs. That one was stopped as well. Picked up by Keller. For Long through the neutral zone. He gets the blue line and dumps it in deep. They'll get off for a line change, and McDonald has a little bit of space to make a decision. Fumbles the puck, though. Goes right to Barr on the backhand. That's stopped by Colgan. The rebound goes right through the slot and cleared out of there by the Zydeco. Mississippi comes back in legally. They wait until the very last second to do so, but that shot finds its way into the netting, so we'll get another whistle. 3:13 left to go in period number one. Zydeco lead 1-0.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center, where the Zydeco lead the Seawolves by a score of 1-0. The last, I would say, maybe 5 minutes or so of this period, though, the Zydeco have not been very good in their own defensive zone, giving up the puck in very high danger areas, right in the slot, not covering guys wide open, and need to tighten things up a little bit, I should say, in the defensive zone. 3 minutes remain on the clock here in period number one. Haggerty, he had a man wide open on the far side. That was Sabad. Couldn't get the pass there. This one is sent through the air in the neutral zone, knocked down by Nemiki, played by the Seawolves, so it's a legal play. And now Wilson comes to the neutral zone. Kevin Sabad tried to drag move around the check of Don Carter Jr. Was stick check there, and it comes back out to center. Thornton hits Wilson along the near side. He'll redirect it in deep. Iha, the first one after it. He's hit there by Sabad. Now he's got it in his skates, trying to take that one towards the front of the net, but really couldn't get a good handle on it. He also had some back pressure there, and now Don Carter Jr. will throw this one up the wall, and the clearing attempt is held in by Rio Nemiki, at least for the time being, and now it comes out to the neutral zone. Hansen leads a 2-on-1 back the other way. Hansen dropping off to late man Stoya. His shot was blocked by Wilson. Now a wrist shot by Derschel. That one's gobbled up and held by Brendan Colgan. Long shot from the point. He had a pretty decent look at it. and was able to pick that one up like he was an infielder. It's like he knows that Game 1 of the World Series is tonight. If you are just joining us, we do understand that there's an issue with the colorizing of your screen. We're having some problems with our computers here at the arena, so it's taking a little bit longer than we would hope to resolve the problem, but we are working on it, and we're hoping to get you fixed before games end. Got 1:40 left to go here in period number 1. Thrown up the wall by newcomer Garrick Lindbergh. Tossed into the Mississippi zone. Pulled up now Andrew Stacy for the Seawolves. Evades one check and gets his way into the neutral zone. Stacy now over the Zydeco zone. Drops that one off. A shot from the point from Stoya was blocked. Comes to the near side. That one was blocked by Derschel's shot. And a spin around attempt. That one sails wide. Zydeco still are unable to clear as Derschel holds it in on the near side. Now finally bounced off the wall and out to center ice where Stoya will take over. Nick Catola moves this one along. Redirected deep into the Seawolves zone. Another thing that the Zydeco are looking to get away from are late minute goals. They've given up 2 of them in the first 3 games. There's a shot, that's up, rebound, they score! Tyler Larwood! Not only do they not give one up, they get one themselves. Tyler Larwood picked up a rebound, had a 6x4 staring right at him, tossed it into the back of the net. The Zydeco lead, 2-0. Nothing in favor of the Zydeco. Second goal of the year for Larwood. They're looking for more. Wilson trying to throw that one to Saban back door, but missed him. Now Wilson back to the point. Rio Namiki's shot. Oh, that one was struck away by Trevor Roy. Finally, it goes out to center ice. Bounces over Brody Thornton's stick. And back into the the Seawolves, Zydeco zone. Seawolves lay a good licking on Rio Namiki there in the corner. Haggerty now will throw this one off the wall and out to center ice. Takes one last hit, and that will do it for period number 1. As Zydeco come out of the first period leading 2-0. It was relatively even for the first, I would say, half of the period. And then Brody Thornton on a strange play. There was a drive to the net. Trevor Roy, the goaltender for the Seawolves, was bumped into, and I still am unsure if he was just kind of dazed or if he thought he had the puck or if he just thought that there was a whistle that was coming. He was mistaken. Puck came out to the point. Brody Thornton had a gaping cage and just threw it into the back of the net. They got their second goal right towards the end of the period. Tyler Larwood, his second of the year, picked up a rebound. Throw bodies towards the net. That's exactly where Tyler Larwood was. He cleaned up the garbage and had a wide open net to shoot on. 2-0 in favor of the Zydeco. We will be back with the intermission report in about 10 minutes' time.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, at church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Dawn Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Dawn Seafood hits the table. From our team at Dawn Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh?
Buddy, watch this.
Yeah, you got good hands. But watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ.
Hey, I'm Dr. Donald. Scott, come on in, Scott. Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott. We're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott. Good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
The 2024-25 Broadway at the River Center Theater season is simply the best, featuring 4 big, bold Broadway hits coming to Baton Rouge. The season opens with Shrek the Musical, the Tina Turner Musical, Chicago the Musical, and Pretty Woman the Musical. Get the 4-show package for as little as $235. That's less than $59 per show. Learn more at raisingcanesrivercenter.com/Broadway.
The Men's Network started when I went to a computer club meeting in the 7th grade that Brett organized. At that point, I had never met anyone that was as good at computers as Brett was. And by the 8th grade, we figured out that this was something that we could do professionally.
We moved to Baton Rouge to go to LSU, and that's really where our business got planted.
Give Immense a call. Let us show you how IT should be done.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktails. Wall-to-wall, state-of-the-art TVs mean you'll see every touchdown, Hail Mary, and big turnover in crystal clear HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino in Baton Rouge, where every moment is a win.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tremonti's on-site catering is the best in Baton Rouge. Our friendly staff brings everything to our client's location, set up, serves guests, and cleans up once our guests are satisfied and full. Tremonti's caters weddings, corporate events, parties, luncheons, crawfish and shrimp boils, breakfast, fundraisers, barbecues, and much more. Good meat ain't cheap, and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com, 225-751-7665.
For the ultimate game day experience, come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Run for Chirac, but he can't bury. Chirac grabs it back, curls away from his check in behind the net, picks it up on his stick, and he gets the Michigan! Scott Chirac, a highlight reel goal!
Welcome back, folks, to Baton Rouge, Raising Cane's River Center, where your Zydeco lead 2-0 over the Mississippi Seawolves. If you take a look on your screen, that auction is open to all involved, those in arena and those checking out on YouTube and WBRZ. If you want to go ahead and scan that QR code to put yourself in that auction, it is open as of right now, and it closes at 12 p.m. on Monday. So feel free to go ahead and scan that QR code as we go through our intermission report. Zydeco lead 2-0. So we had a couple of keys to the game today that I want to go through with you guys because a couple of them were important in that first period. The first one was take care of your end first. The best offense is a good defense, and I'll say that the Zydeco did a real nice job for the first half. The second half of that period was very lax defensively, and they really need to tighten things up in order to continue to give themselves offensive chances, because there were a couple times in their own defensive zone where there was a breakdown defensively, and there was Matt Stoya left all alone right between the hash marks, and he let a rocket go, and thank goodness that Brennan Colgan's been ready to play today. Otherwise, we might be talking about a different score right now. But other than that, just a couple of missed clearing attempts and, things of that nature. It's those little things that are going to end up taking you a long way down the road. Second one was net front presence. Take away the eyes of the goaltender. Confuse a defenseman. Opportunities are going to come up. How did Tyler Larwood score that last goal? He put his butt right in front of the net. There was a shot from the point. The rebound was there, went right to Tyler Larwood. All he had to do was turn around and make sure he hit the target. That's exactly what he did. So more bodies to the net for the Zydeco. As Trevor Roy, it's his very first start in the FPHL, and he's done pretty well for himself. He's given up 2 goals here, but he's also looked relatively sharp. There's been a couple real nice chances that he's been solid on. And then the third one was special teams, staying hot. 1-for-1 on the power play already. Albeit it was a strange goal, but they don't ask how, they ask how many. Right? So continue staying hot on the power play and on the penalty kill. Going through the box score right now real quick with you. Starting of the scoring on the power play was Brody Thornton at the 10:48 mark. He got an assist from Tyler Larwood on that, who's the one that drove the net and bumped into the goaltender. It was inadvertent, and obviously was not goaltender interference as the officials saw it. There was no whistle. Goaltender was stuck on the post. It was a wide open net for Brody Thornton to give the Zydeco a 1-0 lead. Then the Zydeco kind of hung on there for dear life for the final 5 to 7 minutes as Mississippi kind of turned on the heat a little bit. But Tyler Larwood picked up some garbage right at the top of the crease, turned around and threw that one home at the 19:23 mark, scoring a late goal, a last-minute goal, something that the Zydeco have been giving up. And this time around, they're able to use it in their favor. Shots through the first, 14-7 in favor of the Zydeco. There's only one penalty. It was to Andrew Stacy. It was a holding call. And they almost got out of it. Another 2 seconds, and they would have been able to kill off that penalty. Taking a quick look around the league right now, Hudson Valley and Port Huron are going at it in the third period. It's 3-2 Hudson Valley. Watertown and Motor City Rockers are in the second. It's 4-1 Watertown, who's been one of the surprises so far this season. They're looking to continue their hot play. Blue Ridge 1-0 over the Carolina Thunderbirds in the second period. Danbury and Binghamton are tied at 1 in the second period. And then Athens is taking on the Danville Dashers. It's 1-0 Athens in the first period of play there. So we will head to our last commercial break about 3 minutes before we drop the puck once again. Zydeco lead 2-0. We'll be back right after these messages.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
We welcome you back to Baton Rouge. Once again, take a look at that QR code on the screen. That applies to you all as well watching on YouTube and WBRZ. Go ahead and scan that code. The auction already started at 7 o'clock today, ends at noon on Monday. As the Zydeco enter the ice surface, leading 2-0 through the first 20 minutes of play. Mentioned it a couple of times tonight, but we are aware of the issues we're having with our stream, the colorizing of the stream. Like I said, we are working on it as we speak. But we want to make sure that we're at least able to give you some form of a video stream. So I know it's not an ideal situation, but we wanted to at least give you something rather than nothing at all. But we are actively trying to work on it, trying to fix the colorization of everything and get you guys a nice, clean broadcast. But as of right now, like I mentioned before, let's pretend like we're in a rave. I like the glow-in-the-dark comment. Almost like when you went to Cosmic Bowling. That's kind of how I feel right now. This is Cosmic Bowling, but for a YouTube stream. I don't know about you guys out there, but I definitely needed the bumpers. I was not a very good bowler. All right, we're getting ready for the start of the second period of play. Opening face-off here brought to you by Sullivan Steakhouse. Spectacular food over there at Sullivan's. We love them. Everett Thompson's going to start out with the Cox, Chirac, and Thompson line. And David Heaps is going to go with Wong, Costello, and Audette as we get a whistle. 7 seconds into the second period, we get an icing call, so the draw will come all the way back to Mississippi territory. Draw is going to be to the right of Trevor Roy.
Making sure you're paying attention.
Off the faceoff, trying to push it forward was Cox, but couldn't really get a good handle on it. Clearing attempt bounces up in the air and finally is swatted out of there by Blake Keller out to the neutral zone. Cox's clearing attempt is held in by Costello. Good job coming back by Brody Thornton. He'll throw it up off the glass, and Kevin Sabad coming back the other way. Sabad got bumped off the puck hard in behind the net. Good hit there by Don Carter Jr. The puck finds Sabad again coming out to the point. Thornton holds that one in. Cox had that one roll off his blade, and it's flipped up through center ice and all the way down. Now Rio Namiki in his own end was our guest on the coaches show this week, along with Coach Everett Thompson. Great to talk to him and really get to learn a little bit more about his background and his hockey career leading up to this point. As this puck goes up into the netting and out of play, we'll get a whistle. 18:51 left to go in the second period, but Rio Namiki had a really cool chance that not a lot of people are actually going to be able to get, and that's being able to represent your country. He represented Team Japan in the U18 World Juniors out in Italy. So a really cool opportunity for him to kind of strut his stuff, and he got some opportunities out of that as well. Long shot from the point, knocked aside by Roy. Now Bond turns that, takes that puck away, gets the turnover in the neutral zone. Will throw it back into the Seawolf zone. Now finds its way back onto Bond's stick. He'll throw it down low. I don't think he realized that Haggerty was there. Otherwise, he would have just moved it to him. Now the Seawolves take over. It's Iha. And they'll start their breakout to center ice. Oh, and Lindbergh had Hippolyte Smith lined up, but Hippolyte Smith was able to pick up his head at the last minute. Otherwise, that would have been a bone-crunching hit. Take a look at some Nicholas Cronwall highlights after the game today, that is exactly what that would have looked like. There's a bad angle shot. That one goes up off the glass, wraps around the wall, and out to center. Eric Lindbergh there to control for the Zydeco. Coming out of East Aurora, New York. Coming through the neutral zone, Tyler Larwood has it. Got 2 points already tonight. Larwood spins away from the check, comes out to the point. Katola goes D to D. Turnaround shot, finds its way under the goal. They score! I don't think Alexanian got a stick on that. I think that shot from Gordon, Matthew Gordon, just hit one of the Seawolves players on its way through and got in between the legs of Trevor Roy and into the back of the net. A bad luck goal for the Seawolves, but the Zydeco will take it. It's 3-0. Yeah, that one deflected right off of the player in front. I believe that's Hussey. So Matthew Gordon, he's going to pick up his second of the year. And the Zydeco carry a 3-0 lead. 3 minutes into the second period. Looking to add on to it now. As Scott Sherrock looking up the wall. Kuznetsov unable to get to that one. Taken away by the Seawolves and in over the line. Costello was hooked by Kuznetsov. It's going to be a penalty on the Zydecos. It's finally touched. Oh, they say it wasn't touched by Thornton. We play on. Comes up the near side, Stacy. At the point, we'll throw it towards the goal. Redirect. Oh, good stop there by Colgan as that one changed direction on him. About 10 feet out in front of the net. We'll get a whistle, and finally, Kuznetsov will head to the box. And we will find our way to the very first Wilson Warehouse penalty kill. Penalty kill has only given up one goal all year long against Monroe, 92.9% to start the first 3 games. Want to stay hot. Stoya has it on the far side. Oh, hold on to it. He's got Carter up top. He'll move it to him there. Carter back to Stoya. Letting that one go. Went right into the leg of Katola. Turnaround shot. That one deflected off of a stick and out of play. 16-12 left to go in the period. That's 1:41 left to go on the penalty kill for the Zydeco. Draw will stay in the Zydeco zone to the right of Colgan. They battle for it off the draw. Comes to Katola. He comes off the boards. Nice job by Carter to get in the way of that and hold it in. Stoya has it down low. Will come to the near side. Hansen. Out to Carter to Stoya. The one-timer kicked aside by Colgan, who read the pass. Now Carter up top. Will walk the line. Goes down for Hansen. Try to go cross ice for Stoya, but in perfect position was Jake Cox. And he sends a backhander all the way down. Zydeco will get a line change. Line changes are important here in the second period. You got that long change. You don't want to get caught too long. You're going to be out of gas. You also want to make sure you're changing at the right time, so you're not giving up an odd man opportunity back the other way. And now the Seawolves ice it on the power play. That's not what you want to see if you're Mississippi. Last thing you want to do is not connect on a pass on a power play and bring the puck all the way back in your own zone. Face-off going to be to the left of Trevor Roy. They battle for it in behind. That's Tyler Larwood. Nice job winning that battle. He and Don Carter Jr. went at it in behind the net, and he won that battle and threw it out towards the front of the net. Trevor Roy had to be aware. Tyler Larwood is feeling it tonight. Might want to start double shifting him when you get the chance. 44 seconds remaining on the Zydeco penalty. Draw going to be to the right of Roy. This one was pushed forward by Sabad. Now taken by Stanley. He'll go to Costello on the near side here. He's got Stanley driving the net. Costello holds on in behind. Looking up top. That shot went way over the net. Might have redirected on its way through, but Audette was unable to hit the target, and as a result, it comes all the way down to the Seawolves zone. Blake Keller through the neutral zone will enter the Zydeco territory. Far side, Stacy throwing one on goal. That one was stopped by Colgan. The rebound is free. Taken out of there by the Zydeco, and they'll get it out to the neutral zone as that will kill the remainder of the penalty. Both teams back to full strength. Thornton has it for the Zydeco. He's got some space. We'll chip this one in, and he'll chase that dump and get to the puck hole. And he nearly had a shot on net, but good job by Yeehaw to get his stick in the way and not allow a good opportunity. Great hustle by Brody Thornton. Now Brendan Hussey clears this one out to the neutral zone. Sent right back into Mississippi territory. Now a giveaway out to the slot. Haggerty had one hand on the stick, threw it out towards the goal. And a bouncing puck finds its way back to Trevor Roy, and he will hang on with 13:48 left to go in the second. Zydeco lead 3-0.
So come on, show me what you got. You dancing with the juggernaut. I done had to fight for every last damn thing I got. Don't care about your feelings or if you understand me. All these things that I do to feed my family. So who in the hell you think you're playing with now? You don't around and let the wolf out. And I'll be prowling while you sleep. You playing for fun, I'm playing to eat.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center. Fans, the Zydeco Coaches Show airs every Wednesday night inside the 1717 restaurant at the Queen's Casino. Please come on out and visit us in person or follow along right here on YouTube as Everett and myself talk about everything Zydeco. Join us Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The Zydeco Coaches Show brought to you by the Queen's Casino. Zydeco just got finished killing off a penalty. Now have an offensive zone draw. Lindbergh, his long shot from the point, finds the glass. Sabad. Now Wilson carries on his shot. That one was stopped by Roy. Good job by Sabad coming to the net and causing some havoc for Roy. Now in their own zone, it's Lindbergh. Will come up the wall. Sabad, his pass was knocked down by Stoya, so the Zydeco will have to regroup. Now out to the neutral zone it comes for Pierre-Louis. He'll find Carter Jr. Stoya is able to chip this one ahead. Hussey looking in front. Good stick there by Colgan. That was a bouncing puck that was about to find the stick of Curtis Hansen, but Colgan was able to get the flat part of the blade down and get a bit of a redirect on that pass, so it wasn't as easy of a play for Hansen. Hansen has it in his own zone now, looking up ahead for Stoya, but getting the stick on that was Lindbergh. Comes back into the Zydeco zone. Colgan forced to play it. Larwood now through center. Ridden into the wall there by Philip Wong. And now Carter Jr. will send it out to center. Stoya had that one bounce off his skates, but carrying on is Audette. Audette trying to protect the puck, but was forced to the boards there by Nemiki. Now Stoya out to the point. That one just out of the reach. Bryce Gerscherl, who was just coming off of a line change. And now Matthew Gordon, who's got the goal here in the second period, lost control of that, and the Seawolves will flip out to the neutral zone. Oh, and a big collision in the neutral zone. Rio Namiki and Colby Audette ran into one another, and we're going to get a penalty here as Andrew Stacy comes over to Namiki. Alexania takes a hack from Stoya. Now a pitchfork from Stoya right into the gut of Rio Namiki, and now coming over is Philip Long to talk to Namiki. And now we've got a problem as the boys are starting to pair up. Andrew Stacy's got somebody pinned up along the glass. Throwing a couple of jabs. I believe that's Larwood. Now Wong coming after Gordon. Now Stoya coming back after Larwood. Not entirely sure why Stoya is still on the ice. He straight up pitchforked Rio Namiki right in the stomach. From what I remember, that's an ejection. Referees are trying to figure everything out. We know Rio's going to get a penalty, Rio Namiki, as you see right there. I'm not entirely sure what Stoya was thinking. This was poised to be a power play for the Mississippi Seawolves, and Stoya came over. I understand trying to stick up for your teammate and wanted to take matters into your own hands, but you can't go and jab your stick into somebody's chest. So we're trying to figure out now. Philip Long is coming into the box. Not sure if this is for a penalty of his own or if he's serving for Stoya. Stoya is still on the bench for the Seawolves. Right now, Katola is with Justin Barr talking to the referees, trying to figure out exactly what we've got going on here. Now, the whole play started. I kind of caught the tail end of it, but it looked like Rio Namiki was either lining up the player cutting through the neutral zone. I believe it was Wong. He was looking to line him up as we get a look at the replay. Nice job by Nick to have this lined up. You saw it at the very top of your screen there. They collided. I'm not sure if it was an inadvertent collision or if it was Rio Namiki looking to line him up, as I thought the pass was going to end up hitting that man as well. So it might have been Namiki trying to anticipate and hit the guy before the puck had even gotten to him. Or it could have been completely inadvertent. Namiki and him just kind of collided into one another. Either way, it is a penalty. There's no question about that. Rio Namiki should sit for 2 minutes. That is interference all day, every day, whether he intended it or not. Now, what happened afterwards is where things are going to get really interesting.
Also, the penalty box for the Mississippi Seawolves, Jack Philip Long, to the top sportsmanlike conduct.
So Stacy and Wong are going to go for unsportsmanlike conduct. And Rio is going to go to the box as well for interference, I believe. Okay, so he's going to go for roughing as well.
Mississippi number 10, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct.
So it'll be interesting to see if we stay. Are we 4-on-4, 5-on-5? 5-on-4, 4-on-3. There's a couple different ways I can see this whole thing going. So trying to figure out exactly where it's going to go. And the Zydeco are going to go on the Badgers heating and air power play. I can't believe that Matt Stoya is still in this hockey game. There's a long explanation happening over by the Seawolves bench. Yeah, Matt Stoya is going to stay in this game. Somehow, some way, he's staying. But the Zydeco are going to go back to the Badgers heating and air power play. They're 1-for-1 so far today. As that was nicely done by the officials, referee Dave Glassman and Chris Gunter, the linesman, are Gary Glassman and Chandler Martin. Nice job by them to not let that get out of hand, because it definitely could have very quickly. As here we get a chance coming back the other way over the line. It's Justin Barr driving to the net. Lost control of the puck. Nice job on the back pressure by the Zydeco. I believe that's Kuznetsov not allowing him to get a good shot on net. As now Wilson loses an edge as he's trying to protect the puck. Zydeco are having a little bit of trouble here trying to get things settled. And we're going to get a penalty here on the Seawolves. Is coming off the ice is Colgan. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 here for the Zydeco now for the next minute and 23 seconds. I saw one of the Zydeco players come off the ice clutching their hand. I couldn't see exactly who it was. Anderson is going to go for a slash. So the Zydeco once again will go to a 5-on-3 here. They killed off a 5-on-3 last week against the Seawolves and really got a lot of energy out of it. So you want to make sure, coming back the other way, you want to start putting some pucks in the back of the net. Now it's also important to make sure that if you do score, you want to try to get it before that first penalty ticks off the clock. So that way you've got another power play following it right up. Make a wish, everyone. 11-11 left to go on the second period. Draw to the left of Roy. Zydeco have it. It's Scott Sherrock going down for Bond. Back to Sherrock at the top of the circles. Lets one go. Deflected off of a leg into the corner. Katola, the first one there. Evades a hit. Now Larwood will throw it around for Bond. To Sherrock. Now Katola walking, looking backdoor. Oh, he was hoping for Bond, but Bond on his offhand really couldn't get much on that. And a whistle past him and bounces all the way back into the Zydeco zone. On a 5-on-3, you want to try to collapse on top of the D. Try to push them in and get them running around is really what you want to do. But you want to collapse on them, make them feel like they don't really have much space. Out to the point, Katola has this one hop over his stick and now off to the races. Here comes Costello in over the line. He shoots one. Good job by Jackson Bond coming over, getting a stick on the puck and not allowing a good shot. And now back the other way, it's Bond. Probably a 3-on-1 now. Bond waiting, shooting one. Oh, and he broke his stick. Looking out in front and went right to Bond, of course, who's got half a twig in his hand. Oh, man, a 3-on-1 opportunity for the Zydeco, thwarted by poor craftsmanship. Now, Matthew Gordon back the other way. 5-on-3 is over. Still 5-on-4 for the next half a minute. Wrapped around the wall. Sabad to Kuznetsov. Now Thornton to the near side. There's a one-timer from Sherrock. That one goes up off the glass, but moving to his right and hitting the post was Trevor Roy. Knocked it off its moorings. And we'll get a whistle. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back with the final 22 seconds of this power play right after this.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center here in Baton Rouge. We just had a standing ovation for all the cancer survivors in the building tonight. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at the River Center, and what a night it is as we honor all of those who have fought, are fighting the disease. The next Zydeco home game will be next Friday, November 1st, as the Danville Dashers come to town for the very first time. Puck drop will be at 7:05. Join us right here on YouTube and on WBRZ. 9:35 left to go in the period. 22 seconds left to go on the power play for the Zydeco. Best chance that they had was that 3-on-1 break with Jackson Bond leading the rush. However, I think what had happened was his stick snapped on his back check. He got the stick in the lane of the shot from, I believe that was Justin Farr, or it might have been Audette. Either way, it got in the lane, and I believe that shot might have cracked his stick at the very least, and then him trying to let that shot go really put the nail in the coffin. Draw one by the Zydeco. It's Katola. Going to Gordon, who tried a one-touch pass that one across for Lindbergh, but he whiffed on it, and it's an easy clear for the Seawolves. Now Katola in his own end will start the rush back the other way. Alex Sanyan hits the red line. Dumps it in. Gordon will wrap it around as now both teams are back at full strength. Out to the point. Lindbergh has it. Bouncing puck. Finds its way out to center ice, and Lindbergh turns around and swats it right back in deep. Stoya here for the Seawolves. Moving it up ahead. There's a wrist shot that gets blockered aside by Colgan. Now Stacey shot the redirect, looking for Anderson in front. That redirect went wide. Goes to the corner, and they battle for it 2-on-2. Pulled out of there by the Zydeco. Lindbergh will throw it in behind to his defensive partner, trying to get something set up. Now Katola with some space. Now has to curl back as the rest of his teammates were going off on a line change. So now we'll go back and try to set up another breakout. Up the middle for Haggerty. He goes far side. Elijah Wilson getting harassed from behind. Will still be able to get it down deep. Haggerty there. He and Cox go up against Stoya and Carter. Carter comes out, goes to the point, held in, and a bouncing shot finds its way into the glove of Trevor Roy, who will hang on. 7:47 left to play in the second. Zydeco lead 3-0. Only one goal so far in this second period coming from Matt Gordon. Kind of an odd play where he threw it towards the net. He was trying to go across ice with a pass, I believe. Deflected off of one of the Mississippi Seawolf players. And now we're going to get a scrap. It's going to be Elias Thompson going up against Louis Akeem Pierre-Louis, as Thompson with some overhand rights connect to the side ahead of Pierre-Louis. He's got him by the collar. Thompson trying to go overhand with a couple of rights. Pierre-Louis able to shield him off, and then Thompson sends him down to the ground. Pierre-Louis unable to really get much of an opportunity to get any licks in. Elias Thompson just on the offensive the whole time with some overhand right haymakers to the side of the head. That was a predetermined fight, that's for sure. As right off the draw, they both went at it. So for Elias Thompson, his first fight of the year. So both of those guys will sit down for the next 5 minutes or so. We still play five-a-side.
Second of the game, please take the second of the game clock.
Draw will be to the left of Trevor Roy. As off the draw, there was a bad drop there. Yeah, I was going to say something looked a little bit off. So we'll have to redo the face-off and make sure the clock is correct. Looks like we've got Haggerty, Sabad, and I believe that's Elijah Wilson out there trying to see. Yeah, that's 16. Then up top, we've got Brody Thornton and Rio Namiki. It's off the draw. The Seawolves control, clearing attempt. It's held in by Namiki, who holds on to it. Pinching down low, Namiki looking over his options. We'll go to Sabad. Finds its way to the slot. Wilson trying to get to his forehand, moving it over for Namiki, who's jumping up into the play. But following up on him was Hippolyte Smith. Namiki a shot from the boards. That one was kicked aside. Namiki has it again. Now Carter in behind. Held up by Sabad. Now Namiki once again at the pointer. Redirect in front. Oh, that shot might have been a high stick from Sabad. No whistle from the referees. Would have been interesting if that one found a way to the back of the net as it bounces towards the goal. Colgan plays this one away. Bounces out to center ice, and Wilson's got a breakaway from the blue line in. Wilson in, shooting. Oh, he lost control of the puck, went right into Trevor Roy. It fumbled on him right as he got about 2 feet in front of Trevor Roy. And Trevor Roy broke his stick. Wilson went into the net, knocked it off its moorings, which is where we'll get our whistle. Oh, Elijah Wilson had all day to try to figure out what he wanted to do, and just really bad luck. The puck fumbled on him right as he got to, I would say, just as he got past the hash marks, and coming out to challenge was Trevor Roy. So a chance thwarted there for the Zydeco to go up by 4. Now in behind the Seawolves net, trying to get it out in front. Bounces out to the point. Held in by Lindbergh. Now Cox able to backhand that one towards the front of the net, but Trevor Roy able to grab that and hang on. 6:28 left to go in period number 2. Zydeco lead by 3. Shots are 22-11 in favor of Baton Rouge. Trevor Roy's got another issue with a new stick. Hopefully this twig treats him a little better. Draw is to his right. We got all the officials in position. Wanted to make sure everybody was in the correct spots. Zydeco win this face-off. It's Lindbergh. He'll move it to Kuznetsov. Back to Lindbergh. He's got some space. Throws it towards the net. And Roy was able to knock that one down and reel it in. Got a good look at it. We had a couple of Zydeco heading towards the net, but they weren't really in front of the goal. They were more so towards the side. And Roy had a pretty decent look. Face off to the right of Roy once again. Once again, Cox wins it. Kuznetsov, the shot that one went off the backside of Jackson Bond, who kind of turned around and took a look at Kuznetsov like, what are you doing, man? I'm on your side. Dump back into the Seawolves zone. They clear it out to the point and out to center as Catola was the last man back. He'll send it right back into the Seawolves zone. Here's Andrew Stacy for Mississippi. Try to get that one over to Costello, who had to steal it away from Gordon. Costello moves it over to the far side. There's a wrist shot. That's gobbled up and held by Brendan Colgan, who hasn't seen much action today, but has been very good when he did see it. Rebound control has been very good for Colgan. Off the draw, it's Matt Stoya holding it onto it at the point. A long wrist shot. That gets soaked up by Colgan. There was some presence there in front. Two Mississippi players right up at the top of the crease there, so Colgan needed to be sure that he was able to soak that one in. Draw flipping sides here. To Colgan's left we go. Off the draw goes to Carter at the point, looking back door for Iha, who was trying to sneak his way in on the far side, but it went off the back of his skates, and the Zydeco were able to clear. And we'll get a whistle as that is an icing call for Baton Rouge. If you are just joining us, we are aware of the technical issues that we're having with the coloring on your screen. I like the comment. It looks like the Game Boy Color version of Zydeco hockey. But we do apologize. Like I said, we've been trying to work on a solution, and with it being on our main computer, it's a little bit of a tougher ask because that one goes off the post. Zydeco catch a break there as Carter Jr. now looking out in front, taken out of there by Alex Sanyan. He finds Gordon out to center ice. Now a blind backhand pass was taken by Keller as he gets back into the zone, drops it off to Stoya. He lets one go. That one goes high off the glass and behind. And now Chirac in his own end had some trouble with it. Sabat trying to get it past Iha, could not. Iha's able to keep it alive and throws it down low. Hopped over the stick of Keller. And now the Zydeco will settle things down. Kleber has it in behind his own goal. He'll throw it off the wall and out to the neutral zone. Picked up Elijah Wilson. He enters in over the line. Looking over his options, holding on to the puck, still has it. We'll drop this one off. There's a shot from the boards by Garrett Glimberg. That one goes right into the stomach of Trevor Roy. We'll take our last TV timeout and be back with the remainder of the second period. 4-0, Zydeco.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care. Church Funeral Services.
We're back in Baton Rouge for a Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Your Baton Rouge Zydeco carry a 3-0 lead. As we get ready to wrap up the second period of play, a much more complete period from the Zydeco compared to the first. Most of the play has been down to our left. Brendan Colgan has not been called upon all that much, but like I mentioned, he's been solid when he has. 4:04 left to go in the period. The draw picked up by Haggerty. So he goes colliding into the boards with Andrew Stacy. Stacy wins the puck, and out to center ice it goes. Hansen get some help from Derscherl, who Bryce Derscherl, his first time meeting these guys, I believe, has been today at the arena when he arrived here today. I was talking to the Seawolves broadcaster, John, said that this is really the first meeting that he's had with these guys. So there you go, seeing Brendan Hussey taking a tumble. And we're going to get a whistle. Kevin Sabad is going to go to the penalty box. He doesn't necessarily agree with it. But he is not going to convince the referees. We're going to go back to the Wilson Warehouse penalty kill. 3.5 left to go in the second period. Something that, oh yeah, that's clearly a penalty. I just took a look at the replay. Kevin Sabat just took his feet out from underneath, and that's a 200 foot away from your own net penalty that you don't want to be taken. But something that Coach Everett Thompson talked about this week at the coaches show was making sure that we're being tight and we are not allowing many chances in the final 5 minutes of the period. It's kind of a cardinal rule to make sure that you're really kind of on your toes for those final 5 minutes. Audet has it in behind the net, looking over his options. Comes out to the opposite side, finds Stacy. Back to Audet. Has a man on top of him, but was still able to wrap it around the boards. Comes to the near side here, Keller. Will throw it back in deep. Namiki is there. Realized he couldn't do anything with it. Try to pin it along the wall. Trying to kill off some time as it gets pulled out of there. Out to the point. Costello, a long shot. That one was blocked by Namiki. Tell me if you heard that one before. Costello has it again. Going far side for Stacy. Back up top, Costello. Holding on to it. Couldn't get the lane to open. Now comes up top, Hansen. Going back door. Oh! There was a shot there from Justin Barr that he had whiffed on. Would have been a really nice opportunity. Hansen looking for Barr again. He has it in the slot, trying to bump that one out towards Costello, who holds it in for a brief moment. Brody Thornton takes it away and sent it all the way down. 30 seconds remain on the Zydeco penalty. Hansen has it in the neutral zone for the Seawolves. As Lindbergh harassing him, so he has to peel back. Drop it off for DC, as he was known here in Baton Rouge. He loses his stick. There's two Seawolves without a stick, but somehow Stoya was still able to pick that one up. Namiki out of midair, able to knock that one away and out to the neutral zone, and that will do it for the remainder of this penalty. So another penalty kill for the Zydeco as Hansen back, looking back door. That one was stopped by Colgan. Hansen has it again, coming out to the point. Don Carter Jr. for Stoya. His shot was blocked by Alex Sonyan, getting in the lane, and it goes out to the neutral zone. As we approach the final minute of play here in the second, excuse me. Nick Catola behind his own goal. Setting up one more rush here as Haggerty tried to escape the check of Ehab, but carrying on as Catola over the line. Shooting one. That one's right into the crest of Trevor Roy. 46.9 left to go here in the third period. 3-0 Zydeco. And it looks like we will take one more TV timeout. So we'll be back right after this.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. church funeral services.
I want to know if somebody in the YouTube chat messaged our referee looking for one more church funeral services commercial. Here comes Haggerty back in over the line looking for Wilson, the late man, but that one deflected off of a leg. Now Sabat on the backhand trying to drive towards the goal, but Carter was able to pinch him off. And now back the other way comes Blake Keller over the line, trying to get around his man Katola, who lost an edge, lost his balance a little bit. Nearly a good opportunity, but the Zydeco take it away and get it out to the neutral zone. As Sabat was flipped over. Now Lindbergh tried to drop pass looking for Alexander, that's Wilson at the top of the zone, but was intercepted and sent back into the Zydeco zone, and that will do it for the second period. So only one goal in that second period of frame, and it was a strange one. Matthew Gordon trying to toss it towards the back door, looking for one of his players at the far post. Hit off of Brendan Hussey right in the slot. Deflected perfectly between the legs of Trevor Roy and found its way into the back of the net, and that is where we leave you. 3-0 Baton Rouge through 2 periods of play. We'll be back at the intermission report in 10 minutes' time. We'll see you then.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, at church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care. Church funeral services.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Don Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake Benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Don Seafood hits the table. From our team at Don Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh?
Buddy, watch this.
Yeah, you got good hands. Watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ. Hey, I'm Dr. Donald. Scott, come on in, Scott. Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott. We're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott. Good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
The 2024-25 Broadway at the River Center Theater season is simply the best, featuring 4 big, bold Broadway hits coming to Baton Rouge. The season opens with Shrek the Musical, the Tina Turner Musical, Chicago the Musical, and Pretty Woman the Musical. Get the 4-show package for as little as $235. That's less than $59 per show. Learn more at raisingcanesrivercenter.com/Broadway.
The Men's Network started when I went to a computer club meeting in the 7th grade that Brett organized. At that point, I had never met anyone that was as good at computers as Brett was. And by the 8th grade, we figured out that this was something that we could do professionally.
So we moved to Baton Rouge to go to LSU, and that's really where our business got planted.
Give Immense a call. Let us show you how IT should be done.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
For the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktails. Wall-to-wall, state-of-the-art TVs mean you'll see every touchdown, Hail Mary, and big turnover in crystal clear HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino in Baton Rouge, where every moment is a win.
Tremontes has meat. Tremontes has seafood. Tremontes has much more. Tremontes on-site catering is the best in Baton Rouge. Our friendly staff brings everything to our clients' location, set up, serves guests, and cleans up once our guests are satisfied and full. Tremontes caters weddings, corporate events, parties, luncheons, crawfish and shrimp boils, breakfast, fundraisers, barbecues, and much more. Good meat ain't cheap, and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremontes.com, 225-751-7665.
For the ultimate game day experience, come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Run for Chirac, but he can't bury. Chirac grabs it back, curls away from his check, in behind the net, picks it up on his stick, and he gets the Michigan! Scott Chirac, a highlight reel goal!
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's River Center. Here is your intermission report. Andy Petzinger up top in the press box. The Zydeco lead it 3-0 through 2 periods of play. Like I mentioned, only 1 goal in that period. It was from Matthew Gordon on a strange play, deflected off of Brendan Hussey about in between the hash marks. It was a pass that was looking to go back door, but it went off of Hussey, deflected towards the goal, went right in between the legs of Trevor Roy, and found its way into the back of the net. It was a penalty-filled second period. Got 9 penalties in that period alone. 0 power play goals. However, we ended up getting a fight from Elias Thompson and Loic Akim Pierre-Louis. They went at it, and Elias Thompson certainly got the better of Pierre-Louis, who really could not get started in the fight. Thompson, as soon as they locked up, Thompson came over the top with some right-handed haymakers. This all happened after there was a kerfuffle, if you will. It was a play in the neutral zone where I took a look at the replay again, and I still don't know if Nemiki was trying to step up on the player coming through the neutral zone, anticipating he was going to get a pass, or if it was just bad place, bad time, where Nemiki and I believe it was Philip Wong had collided. So Nemiki was going to get a penalty no matter what. But because of that, Mississippi obviously did not like any quote-unquote shots taken at their players. So a whole thing came up, and out of that, Matt Stoya came by and pitchforked one of the Zydeco players and somehow did not get a penalty out of that. The only ones who ended up getting penalties were Rio Nemiki for his roughing. Philip Wong got an unsportsmanlike, and he also got a unsportsmanlike conduct, a misconduct for 10 minutes. So he sat for a total of 12. And then Anderson and Stacy also went as well. So kind of a bit of a crazy play there, but once again, a really nice job by the officials to make sure that didn't amount to anything more than it probably could have been. So nice job on those guys. Taking a look around the league, we've got one final. Hudson Valley pulled out the victory 4-3 over the Port Huron Prowlers. They got a goal with about 2 minutes remaining to pull ahead and get the victory 4-3 over Port Huron. Out in Watertown, the Wolves lead 6-1 over Motor City. Blue Ridge leads 2-0 over Carolina. They are in the third. They're locked up at 2 in Danbury, as the Black Bears and Danbury are going head-to-head. There's about 15-14 left to go in the third period there. And then Athens playing Danville. They are tied at 1 through 1 period of play. They're about to get started with the second period out there. Or excuse me, they're about to get started with the third period out there, pardon me. That will do it for us up here in the booth. We got about 4.5 left to go before we have the boys back on the ice. We will be back right after this.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh? Buddy, watch this. Yeah, you got good hands. But watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ.
Hey, I'm Dr. Donald.
Scott.
Come on in, Scott.
Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott. We're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott. Good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Don Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake Benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Don Seafood hits the table. From our team at Don Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Run for Chirac, but he can't bury. Chirac grabs it back, curls away from his check, in behind the net, picks it up on his stick, and he gets the Michigan! Scott Chirac, a highlight reel goal!
Back in Baton Rouge, it's Hockey Fights Cancer Night here in the boot. Zydeco have come out through 40 minutes of play and lead it by a score of 3-0. One thing I forgot to go over in that second period were shots. In that second period, it was 9-7 in favor of Baton Rouge. That puts the two-period total at 23-14. Now, an important thing for Baton Rouge here to start out the third period is to not get too comfortable. They've held the pace of play for pretty much the entire 40 minutes. This is where they saw themselves get into a little bit of trouble against Monroe. First 5 minutes, they were, quote, asleep at the wheel, as Everett Thompson had put it, and it's a great euphemism because that's exactly what it was. They just were not ready to go at the start of that period, and 3 goals went in the back of the net before they could really blink. And it took a goalie change in order to shake some life into the Zydeco lineup. So Zydeco certainly want to have a much better start to this third period here and want to make sure that they are ready to go right from the very start. Elias Thompson, Scott Sherrock. I believe that's Kuznetsov on the far side with Namiki and Thornton. Nope, that's Jake Cox on the far side, pardon me. As the opening face-off for the third period of play is brought to you by Sullivan's Steakhouse. The Seawolves start out with the puck here. Namiki trying to knock this one down to himself. He fumbled it for a moment, but got some support from Brody Thornton, and it finds its way out to the neutral zone. Taken by Don Carter Jr. He was looking up ahead. Went into the skates of one of his teammates. Now Namiki. He and Thornton will play catch for a moment. And now Thornton will start moving north. Wilson. It's Jake Cox. He'll toss that one cross ice and finish out the remainder of the line change. Losing an edge was Iha. Good thing for the Zydeco, but Haggerty was trying to turn as that pass was coming to him, so he really couldn't find a way to get a stick on that. Now the Seawolves will take back over. It's Costello in his own end. Looking to set up a breakout here. Zydeco set up in the 1-2-2. Haggerty comes over to try to pinch the man off. Causes a dump in that goes right to Katola. That worked out nicely for the Zydeco. Look out. Keller was right on top of Wilson, and then stepping up was Iha, and Wilson still down, just trying to collect himself now. As now we've got a problem in the corner. Katola going after Hippolyte Smith, as there's another player for the Zydeco down. Wilson finally getting back up. He gets right into the face of Costello. And it looks like Haggerty is the player that's down for the Zydeco. Iha with 2 big hits in that shift, and he's going to find his way to the penalty box. Not sure if this is the only penalty we're going to see or not, but it looks like the Zydeco are going to go to the power plays. There you take a look at that hit by Iha. Wilson with his head down took a really big hit. Then he comes in and throws a check right into the back of Shane Haggerty. And that's when things started going south. Tyler Larwood getting an explanation along with Justin Barr from the referees. I believe Katola is in the box for the Zydeco. Good point from the guy working our Jumbotron, Nick Levine up here. That's your Cronwall hit right there coming from Iha. All right, so it looks like Philip Wong is going to go to the box for Mississippi. And Cantola is also going to end up going to the box. So looks like we're going to go 4 aside here for the next 2 minutes. Carter Eha apparently did not get any penalties out of that. Seawolves controlling their own zone. Don Carter Jr. looking over to Stoya. Stoya trying to go up the middle with it, but that one went off the skates of Larwood. Now Don Carter Jr. back through the neutral zone. Trying to escape the check of Thornton, but then ran right into the referee who goes down. That impeded the play of Carter, and now finally the referee is back to his feet. We'll get an icing. Stopping play as that was a tough tumble for the man wearing the bands as Carter comes over to make sure he's all right. Looks like everybody's going to be all right. Shake it off. He'll be a little sore tomorrow, that's for sure. Face-off is going to be to the left of Brendan Colgan. We're 4-on-4 here for the next minute 26. As Rio Namiki tried to go back for Thornton. Deflected off of some legs, goes to the Seawolves, and they'll control in their own zone now. Don Carter Jr. Starting the rush will come up the near side. Costello getting away from check, gets to the goal, a backhander, and a good stop made by Brendan Colgan as crashing into the goal was Chuck Costello. Knocking it off its hinges, but no matter because Colgan, with a big stop, soaked that one right into the belly. .24 to go here in period 3. We are 4 aside after a scuffle in the Seawolf zone. Puck bouncing around off the draw, finally finds its way to Rio Namiki, and he'll start the rush back the other way. Namiki 1-on-4 here, able to get as far as the blue line before he was stripped of the puck. Don Carter Jr. dropping this one off for Curtis Hansen. His wrist shot off the tip of the glove of Colgan. Bounces off the boards back towards the net. Colgan gets a glove on top of it. And we'll get another whistle stopping play. Brendan Colgan in his third game, second time starting. First game was against the Seawolves last Friday. Played well. Gave up a goal in the third period, the third goal of the game. Ended up being the game-winning goal. We'll get to that in a second. Here's Elijah Wilson coming in, shooting one, save made by Trevor Roy. Rebound was in the skates of Kevin Sabat. He really couldn't get a good handle on it. And out to center ice comes Audette. He's got it now at his feet, lost control of it. Now back the other way, it's Wilson. 3-on-1 through the neutral zone. Wilson dropping it off. Backdoor feed for Sabat. Didn't hit him, and now Seawolves look to counter with their own break. Taken by Stoya. He holds on to it, drops it off. Picked up by Stacy. Backdoor, big save by Colgan. The rebound sent just wide. Oh, he read it beautifully. Going from post to post. Able to make the stop. I was talking about the goal that Colgan had given up, the third goal of the game. It was one that kind of squeaked through him. I know he kind of wants that one back. He played really well in relief on Sunday. 7 shots, 7 saves, took him through overtime and a shootout. Only gave up the one in the shootout, and he's been brilliant tonight. 15:58 left to go. There's a bad angle shot that goes off the side of the goal from Eha. Now it's stuck on the back of the net. We should get a whistle here, and we do. That will stop play. Good chance for both squads. And that last little bit of the 4-on-4, Elijah Wilson with a smart play, throwing that puck on net, trying to get a rebound, trying to kick that rebound out to the man that was driving on the far side. That was Kevin Sabat. Sabat, however, could not pick up on that rebound and drive it home, and then back the other way. Couple nice stops by Brendan Colgan in the Zydeco zone to keep the 0 up on the board. Now Thornton off the face-off. Curling away from a check. We'll drop this one off for Nemiki, who's got some space. Moves it up for Jackson Bond, who throws it far side. Kuznetsov has Larwood driving the net, trying to get it there, but Larwood is a little bit too high for it. And now the Seawolves will come back through the neutral zone. Keller trying to make a move at the blue line, but went right into Brody Thornton, so Zydeco will take it back. Thornton has it in the neutral zone for Larwood. He chips it in deep. On the far side, that's Chuck Costello. He brings it behind his own goal line, trying to start a breakout back the other way. Had to peel away from Gordon, who's still on top of him. Gordon, nice job, able to cause some havoc and take the puck away. He's got it in the corner now. Gordon looking out in front. Finds its way to Nick Catola. He throws it down low. Brendan Hussey, the first one there. Hussey starting through the neutral zone. Drag move around one check. Able to get it up ahead to Keller. He's 1-on-5. Look at all the Zydeco sweaters there, not allowing him much space. They'll clear it out to center ice. Now Chirac, a weak clearing attempt, finds its way to the point. Eha keeps it in. Bounces to the far side. That's Garrett Lindbergh. Takes a hack, but still carries on. We'll chip it up through the neutral zone. Clearing attempt. Goes right to Catola. Now comes back to the Seawolves. Eha. Sent back in by Mississippi. Gordon in his own end, trying to protect the puck. We'll throw it off the glass. This one does get out to center ice as he's sent down to the ice. And a good check behind the play from Andrew Stacy. Fans didn't like it. Now Stoya over the line. His wrist shot. Nice stop there by Brendan Colgan. It was a headhunter, but Colgan able to get the mid up, make the stop, and with 13:36 left to go in the third, we're going to go to a TV timeout. Zydeco lead 3-0.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
Welcome back to the River Center. Zydeco fans, Tanger Outlet Mall is proud sponsor of the Baton Rouge Zydeco with hundreds of brands and unbeatable value. Tanger Outlet Mall has you covered on all fronts. Visit Tanger Outlet right off of I-10 and Highway 30 in Gonzales. Back to the play. It's Brody Thornton in his own end. Looking over his options. Go up to Haggerty in the middle, who tries to dish that one off to Sabat on the far side. Now taken back by Keller and over the line. Haggerty steals it away, and we'll get to the red line and chip it in. This one goes on goal, and Trevor Roy able to clear it out to center. And now Wong escapes a check. Gets to the blue line, then finally gets a body on him as he dumps it in. Hogan will wrap it around the wall, hoping to find somebody in a Zydeco sweater. As they hack away in the corner, comes out to the point. That's Keller. Coming to the near side, Costello. Back to Keller up top, walking. Looking back door. There's a shot. Stop made by Colgan. Back door was Philip Wong, and Colgan went from his right to his left. Wong really couldn't get a shot away quickly. He had to settle that puck down, which gave Colgan the opportunity to get over and get his body in front of that shot. Now Don Carter Jr. able to cut his way through a couple of Zydeco players looking into the slot. Finds its way out to the point. Anderson's shot didn't make it through. Taken out of there by Scott Chirac, who goes off the glass and out to center ice. The Seawolves in their own end cannot clear. Chirac knocked that one down out of midair. Dropped off for Lindbergh, but he had it stripped off of his stick, and out to center ice it goes. Then through the neutral zone, Katola knocks that one down, but Hansen able to power through. Nice job, Katola, stripping that puck off his stick. And now turning back the other way. Alex Stanyan took a big hit from Carter Eha, who has laid the boom a couple of times in this period. Alex Stanyan was ready for that one, though. Dumped it in and kind of protected himself. Comes in behind. Alex Stanyan tried a reverse hit as one bounces through the air, knocked down by Stoya. And we get a high sticking call as that puck was knocked down with the stick well up in the air. And we'll get another whistle with 11:16 left to go in the third. 3-0 Zydeco. Will be interesting to see as time goes on if Carter Eha continues to be as physical as he has been. It's been relatively clean to this point, minus the cross-check to Haggerty. But usually as it gets later in the game and the game starts getting a little bit more out of reach, hits like that don't normally go over all that well, especially for a team that you've seen now 3 times in the last 4 games. There's mental notes being taken by the Zydeco, I can tell you that for a fact. As this one gets dumped into Zydeco territory. First one after it is Wong. Try to cycle it down low. Pulled out of there. And Katola will take over. Settling the puck down. He starts out through center ice. Katola's got a head of steam. Drag move around Carter, but Carter was able to get the skate in the way of that. And a bouncing puck finds its way onto Justin Barr's stick. Barr had to pull up, wait for some help. Stoya looking out towards the point. Stacy couldn't get control of it. And now pulling away there is Jackson Bond. Lost control of the puck. Haggerty in behind. To the newcomer Lindbergh. He could not clear. Wrapped around the wall. Kuznetsov takes a punch to the back of the head by Stoya. No call. Carter keeps it in. Katola finally gets this one on his backhand off the wall and out to center ice. This one's thrown into the Zydeco zone. Stoya there. He and Kuznetsov collide. Now Garrett Lindbergh looking up for Shane Haggerty. He'll flip this one up through the neutral zone. He saw that coming off the line change was Wilson. Tried to hit him at the at center ice, and now this puck goes up and out of play. And does not look like we're going to be getting a penalty, but we are going to get another commercial. 3-0 Zydeco. 9:40 left to go in the third. We'll be back right after this.
So come on, show me what you got. You dancing with the juggernaut. I done had to fight for every last damn thing I got. Don't care about your feelings or if you understand me. All these things that I do to feed my family. So who in the hell you think you're playing with now? You don't f around and let the wolf out. And I'll be prowling while you sleep. You were playing for fun, I'm playing deep.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a
Would you like to have one of these Zydeco players come visit your school or event? Contact Grace at brzydeco.com to schedule a meet and greet with your favorite Zydeco players. Face off going to be to the left of Brendan Colgan. Off the draw, Ian McDonald comes up the wall. Alex Sonyan evades a hit and still is able to get it out to center ice. Hoisted back into the Zydeco zone, but with a head of steam, here's Brody Thornton. Look how much space he winds up and lets a rocket go at the top of the crease. Is Roy. He soaks that one in, and we'll get a face-off to his right. That was a whole heck of a lot of space for Brody Thornton to just kind of do whatever he wanted. There was a bit of a miscommunication with the defenseman on who was going on what side, which gave him all that space, and he just let one rip from the blue line, and a good stop was required there by Roy. Iha in his own zone will send this one up to center ice, picked up by Philip Wong. He's crunched there along the wall as both he and Nemiki go down. As we get a whistle stopping play, and I believe we've got an issue along the boards. I'm counting 5 players on each side. It looks like maybe the glass might have popped out. There were some issues at the River Center last week. Where a couple of big hits occurred directly behind. Yeah, we had some issues behind the net where Brendan Colgan is now. To your left as you take a look at the fight of the night. Elias Thompson going up against Loic Hakim Pierre-Louis. Thompson with a couple good right hands. Fight of the night brought to you by Advanced Dental Care. Go see Dr. Don. That was our commercial with your very own Elias Thompson. He and MJ Graham will beating up on Scott Chirac there in the parking lot. Boys had a lot of fun shooting that commercial. But yeah, there's been some issues at the River Center. Now give credit where credit is due. Although there were some problems with the glass and some problems with the boards, this crew has done a really nice job at making these fixes in a timely manner. As right now they're coming out with some shovels and some snow, trying to pat some things down. So I'm not sure if it's the same situation where the boards kind of came apart from the ice like what had happened on Thursday and on Sunday behind the Zydeco goal. But they've done a really nice job at making some fixes and getting them done in a timely manner, but also keeping it safe as well, because that is the main priority of it all, is making sure that not only are the players safe out on the ice, but so are our fans. We want to make sure nobody's getting injured due to some faulty work. So it looks like the River Center crew is happy with their patchwork, so we should be able to get right back to it. That was a big hit with Rio Nemiki and Philip Wong. They both went colliding into the boards there right next to the Sigma logo on the ice. But it looks like we are good and ready to get back to it. Face off to the right of Colgan. Off the draw, controlled by the Seawolves. Carter's shot went off of his own man, Hansen. It's just a turnaround shot from the boards from Anderson. That one was kicked aside by Colgan, and now the Zydeco come on out to the neutral zone and attempt back the other way. It's Alexanian. Stick handling almost over stick handled, so he decided to just throw that one on net. A real nice shot. And Trevor Roy had to be ready. 8:41 left to go in the third period. 3-0 Zydeco. Draw coming down to the left of Trevor Roy. Face-off control by the Seawolves, who've had the better of the face-off advantages here in the later stages of this game. Zydeco had the advantage earlier. They were winning a lot more face-offs, and now it's kind of flipped the other way. Seawolves are getting a little bit more of the face-off victories. We'll have another one to the right of Roy. Draw. This one's won by the Zydeco. There's a wrist shot right off the face-off that came off the stick of Larwood, caught the glass, and out to center it goes. Thornton with it. Will come up ahead for Jake Coxon over the line. Cox able to shield off a check out to the point. Larwood, his shot, that one's blockered away and cleared all the way down through the neutral zone, and we will get an icing with 8:06 remaining in the third. So an offensive zone draw here for the Zydeco, and the Wilson, Sabad, and Haggerty unit going to come out with Lindbergh and Katola manning the blue lines. One of the best offensive lines for the Zydeco, making their way out onto the ice. Want to make sure nobody's cheating on that backside there, as both Wilson and Seawolves player were trying to get in. That's Pierre-Louis. The long shot from the point that didn't make it through, and another one that gets blocked by Carter. Here's Katola on the near side. He'll wrap it down low. Sabah, the first one after it. Now comes up the wall. Backhanded down low. Sabah has it there. Able to shield off Pierre-Louis. Kicks it free to Wilson. It's a long wrist shot from the point that catches the glass, and now Carter Jr. on the near side will chip this one out to the neutral zone. Kevin Sabad turning at the blue line, goes cross ice looking for Wilson. Was too far ahead of him, but Haggerty has it now. Down low, it's Wilson, back to Haggerty. He takes a shot, shrugged out of there by Roy. Bounces free. Wilson! Oh, Roy with the left pad. Kept it sealed on the ice. A great stop on Elijah Wilson. Cleared out through the neutral zone. Best chance of the period for the Zydeco. Here comes Stoya. He had to curl away from a check. Hussey tried to drag that one through his legs, could not, and it's sent out to center ice. As getting dragged down there was one of the Zydeco players. I believe that's Lindbergh. And we're going to get a penalty call. It's going to be the Badgers Heating and Air power play. As you take one more look here at the auction for your favorite Zydeco player's jersey. A game-worn jersey from tonight's Hockey Fights Cancer Night. That closes at noon. So make sure you get your auction in right away. So the Zydeco Badgers Heating and Air power play goes back to work. Got one power play goal tonight on 6 opportunities. They scored on their very first one. Larwood, Gordon, Bond, Katola, and Chirac, the first unit to go out there for the Zydeco, as this one is picked up by Andrew Stacy, and he'll send it through the neutral zone. Katola behind his own net will start the breakout for the Zydeco. He hits the red line, trying to go up the middle for Larwood, caught him right in the skates, and now turning around. A breakaway feed, but nice job by Katola to get back as he read Anderson try to cheat up the ice. Bond looking up ahead. There's Gordon. Oh, he tried to go through the legs with it, tried to get fancy, but he lost the puck. Now cleared out of there by the Seawolves. Anderson takes it and sends it to length. Taken by Scott Sharrock. He moves it to Jackson Bond. Back to Sharrock on the far side. He's over the line. We'll wrap it around the wall to the far side. Or excuse me, the near side here. And having some trouble with it is Brody Thornton, and Wong back the other way. Wong has a man driving the net. Brody Thornton with the stick lift at the last minute. Able to deny that chance as Chuck Costello was awaiting right at the top of the crease. 40 seconds remain on the power play for the Zydeco as Thornton has it behind his own net. Trying to go far side with it, hit Costello. Hogan had to come out and help, and here comes Kuznetsov. He'll start up through the neutral zone, 3-on-2. Throws it in behind. Taken by Wilson for Sabad. He's got a man in front. There's Haggerty, and he couldn't get too much on the shot. It rolled on him and finds its way in on goal as we get some pushing and shoving, and going off is going to be Blake Keller. He put a mitt right into the mouth of Elijah Wilson, so Keller's going to sit. It might be Wilson sitting as well. You're going to give him coincidental minors. There's a slashing on Keller, and I believe I saw an elbowing call on Wilson. So only question that stands, is it going to be 4-on-3 or 5-on-4? I think the players are trying to figure out the same thing as well. Draw will be inside the Mississippi zone. Looks like we will be 5-on-4 here. At least for the next 12 seconds, we'll be 5-on-4. Then we'll get back to 5-on-5. You've got Kuznetsov, Haggerty, Alexanian, Sabad, and Thornton out there to finish off the rest of this power play. Score box needs to talk to the officials. I think they're also trying to figure out exactly what we've got going on here, because with the penalties up on the board, both of those coincidentals, the penalties are up on the boards, or up on the Jumbotron, which means it probably should be 4-on-3, so those guys can get out as time expires, but I guess not. We're going to stay 5-on-4, and there we go. Penalties come off the board. All right, we get back to the plate. They battle for it in the corner. Picked up by Stoya of the Seawolves. He's able to get it out to center ice, about as far as he's able to go before he was checked by Kuznetsov. That will do it, though, for the Seawolves penalty. Zydeco are now 1 for 7 on their Badgers Heating and Air power play as Stoya goes back into his own end. Long pass was intercepted by Katola. He'll drop this one off for Kuznetsov. Oh, no. Nick Katola was lit up at center ice, and he's in trouble. Carter Eha lit him up, and Katola looks like he might be out. We got a problem here as Katola is out. Julie LaCour is out on the ice. Trainer for the Zydeco. Everett Thompson is absolutely furious, slamming his stick and breaking it on the ice. That was Carter Eha with another huge hit in the neutral zone. And Nick Katola got lit up. He was out cold as soon as he hit the ice. Katola still laying down. He's on his side. Scary scene here at the River Center. We'll head to a commercial break and be back after this.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Welcome back to Baton Rouge. Nick Katola is still laying down. Have not seen too much movement coming from Nick Katola, but that could also be in these situations. That was a serious hit to the head. You don't want to mess around with the neck. As I see right now, he's moving his hands around a little bit, so good to see that some of the extremities are moving. We have 4:25 remaining here in the third period. The Zydeco lead 3-0. As you get a look at the entire Zydeco bench, pretty much huddled in a circle, sending every thought and prayer to Nick Katola. As we've got a ambulance staff member coming out onto the ice to help out. Julie LaCour, head athletic trainer for the Zydeco, still working on Katola. And it looks like that's Justin Barr for the Seawolves, who's hanging out by Katola's side. He was one of the first ones for the Seawolves to come over and help out Nick Katola, realizing that this was a serious situation. We finally get a gurney out there for Katola to help just stabilize his neck. In these situations, like I said, you really want to be careful that we are not moving the neck around much, keeping him safe so he can get to whatever medical facility is nearest and get checked out on by the doctors. Tough sight to see, especially with 4.5 left to go in the third period. Things started picking up physically for both sides here in this third. And the last thing that you want to see is somebody get seriously injured. No matter where you're at in the game, no matter how many times you've played each other, and how much hate you have on the ice for one another, this is the last thing anyone wants to see. If you are just joining us, player injured is Nick Catola. Took a hit in the neutral zone. Hit the ice hard and did not move. Cannot confirm, but it looked like he may have been out cold when he hit the ice. We have seen movement from his hands. Good sign that he's moving his extremities. Right now we've got the Seawolves leaving the ice. I'm not sure if this means the officials have decided to call the game early or not, or if this is just taking them away from the ice for now while we await the emergency services. We've got one gentleman on the ice who looks to be a paramedic helping out Nick Catola. We've got our head trainer, Julie LaCour, at his side, as well as head coach Everett Thompson. And Seawolves player Justin Barr has also not left his sight. We have a stretcher type of object out on the ice. Has not been used yet. I don't know if they're waiting to get paramedics and the ambulance here in order to get Catola onto that. Once again, this is really something you don't want to mess with when somebody gets injured like this. Could have a possible spinal injury. You don't know until you actually get to the hospital. But you don't want to mess around with the neck at all. You want to make sure that is completely secure before you move them. And we all send every thought and prayer to the Zydeco's Nick Catola. All right, looks like we've got official paramedics walking out onto the ice to help out Nick Catola. As the Zydeco start heading off the ice and going back to their locker room. Kudos to Justin Barr. I'm not sure what the personal relationship is between him and Nick Catola, but Justin Barr did not leave Catola's side that entire time. You can see Zydeco players coming over right now to thank him. a good number of people surrounding Nick Catola right now. We've got, I'm counting 3, maybe a 4th paramedic. 2 of the arena staff, it looks like, and Keith and Julie LaCour. Julie LaCour is the head trainer for the Baton Rouge Zydeco as they prepare to get him on the stretcher. So we have him on the stretcher, moving towards the exit. Tough sight to see. We will obviously get information on Nick Catola when we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is we awaited care for the young man and the ladies there. And to the big moment in your own way, we say that young man, we all for his safety as professionals get their taken care of here as they do, yes. Thank you, Zydeco.
Priority number 1 is the health and safety of Nick Catola. Right now we've got both teams in their respective locker rooms. The officials have now left the ice. No official word has been said on whether or not the remainder of this game will be played.
Please stand by. We are still awaiting a determination on if the game is going to be completed or not. We're waiting on whether the officials and the federal process on the game.
As you heard from Joel just then, we are awaiting word on whether or not we can finish this hockey game from our officials and from the FPHL. We will send it to a commercial break and be back after this.
So come on, show me what you got. You dancing with the juggernaut. I done had to fight for every last damn thing I got. Don't care about your feelings or if you understand me. All these things that I do to feed my family. So who in the hell you think you're playing with now? You don't around and let the wolf out. And I'll be prowling while you sleep. You playing for fun, I'm playing to eat.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Back in Baton Rouge, if you are just joining us, Zydeco lead the game 3-0, but that is all secondary as Nick Catola took a hard late hit in the neutral zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the organization of Razor Age number 7, the MPHL, have made a decision to call the game for the night. So we do appreciate you sticking around.
Yep, that's going to be it. So that will do it for the game tonight. The Zydeco end up with a win, 3-0.
Drive safely.
But once again, that is secondary to everything tonight. Nick Catola is in our thoughts and prayers as soon as we get word on where he's at health-wise. We will relay the message. We thank you for tuning in. We apologize for the technical issues that we had throughout the game. Like I said, we tried working on them, but with it being our in-house computer, it's a little bit of a bigger job than we were hoping for. But we appreciate you all tuning in on YouTube and WBRZ. Send a thought and prayer out to Nick Catola. Andy Petzinger saying good night.